What a beautiful, beautiful day. Tell you, I just love looking out at this view. I never get tired of looking at it. The green fields, the sheep when they're out in the back, I just love it. I love watching them, you know, grazing, and just when I've got the lambs in the field as well, skipping around, trying to poke their noses through the fence that I've got over there, and trying to chew my plants and all the new shoots, and I just love all that. I never ever ever get bored of it. It's lovely, you know. Every day I think, wow, it's beautiful. I love it. And the best bit is that there is absolutely no weight on my shoulders with him, the narcissist. There's none of that. I'm 15 weeks free soon enough. I can't wait for that, you know, 15 weeks on Friday. It's just a relief, you know. I mean, he would make out to me that that we basically would not be able to manage me and my son. Oh yeah, you're going to struggle on your own. Your health's going to decline rapidly, even more so. You can't manage without me. Who's going to cut your grass? Your grass is going to be horrendous. Who's going to get your shopping for you? Who's going to sort your scooters out when they start needing work to them? Who's going to do this, this and this? Who's going to put that together? Who's going to sort you out whenever there's a problem in the house? Who's going to sort this out? Who's going to fix this for you? Who's going to take you here, there and everywhere? You know, the list just grew and grew, and it's just everything, you know. It's just making you feel like you cannot manage without them. That they are the thing that holds you together. And it is hard, believe me, when they've gone and it's just you, and you've got to suddenly, everything, you know, that you got used to them being around with is gone. You know, that person who was on hand to help with the car, that person, any problems or anything, was there. Can you fix me this? Can you sort me that out? Can you get me this? Is gone. But you know what? It is also a relief. It's a huge relief. I mean, I've got health issues. I've got fibromyalgia. I've got ME. I've got arthritis. I have so many things up with me. It's untrue. But do you know what? It's just refreshing to be able to have no rules and regulations, and no him having kickoffs in shops. I hated that. You know, we went shopping and I said there's no money for beer, or you can only put 2 packs in or something. He used to go into these almighty rages and, you know, real temper. Rah! I mean, I can't do as loud as he could, because I don't want to frighten people. I don't want people coming running thinking that there's something wrong. But yeah, he would have these almighty rages. He'd throw literally items from the trolley into the car individually. So like yogurts got thrown in, eggs got thrown in, everything got smashed. When I got it home, I had cakes that were trashed, and you know, it just was just down to temper. And I want doesn't get everything that I want. And the times where I stood up to him and said, look, I'm sorry, there's no money for this, there's no money for that, you're going to have to buy it yourself if you want it, would absolutely send him into an absolute rage. I don't get that anymore. You know, it's lovely. I can put in whatever we want without him and his demands, basically. You know, no reckless driving coming back. He used to swerve the car all over the place and frighten the shit out of me. Yeah, the list would go on and on. He'd smash the house up. I mean, I've got dents in doors and things all over the place from where he's had one of his rages. Excuse the carpet, my cleaner is due. There's one door hole that he's kicked in. I can't remember what that was over. Probably over the fact that the door was left open, because he was like, he loved all the doors shut. Every single door, internal door, was closed. He banged them closed. I hated it. Hence why I've got the doors open, you know. It's like rebelling, if you like. So there's one hole indoor. And then I've got this one. My handles are also screwed because he used to really pull them in temper. There's the other one that was filled in and painted a different colour, sort of different shade of red, which just makes it look even worse. We was trying to hide the evidence of what he did before my dad come over, you know, which I had to pay for. And then there's another one that's up there as well. I think these were down to music and the fact that I'd asked him to turn it down because he used to play his music out in the utility room, so it didn't affect me, if you like, but the bass used to be cranked up that loudly that it would vibrate through and I could hardly hear what I was watching on the TV, and I used to have it turned up at a decent rate as well. So, and then that one was when I'd wanted him out of my life, and yeah, he was in one of his rages there. I had another door that was over that way where my scooter is now. I've took that off so it's easier for me. But again, that was all kicked and everything. So yeah, but that was that. I had microwave, that door got smashed on that because his food wasn't ready in the oven and his food in the microwave was. I've had, what else have I had? The internal parts of my fridge got smashed. I've had ornaments broken. I've had garden ornaments broken. All my stuff. Things that meant things to me, you know, that got smashed. I've had my car smashed. Before he went, I've got video footage of him smashing into my car that was on the back garden there where those slabs are. I've had wing mirrors kicked off. I've had a key go along the whole of one of my Beetles. I've had so much go on. It's horrendous. And then he used to smash the walls. I've had curtain rails pulled and smashed. I've had, you name it, it's there, it was done. And, you know, it's just awful. I mean, he used to make out, oh, you won't manage without me. The garden won't, you know, it'll be horrendous. You'll have to get someone in. Do you know what? It doesn't matter to me. I've got to get someone in to come and do my grass. And I do have a gardener come. And he's fabulous. And, you know, he's made such a cracking job of it. He's done so much more better than what he ever did. He's put all the borders back in for me, tidied it up. He'll sort the plants out, he'll sort the hedges out that need cutting. He'll do all sorts, more than what that knob ever did. You know, I have a cleaner that comes and she'll clean everywhere. The first time she come, I was so embarrassed because the place was that filthy. The skirting boards were like thick with cat hair and dust and anything and everything really. It was so embarrassing. And people would say, well, why can't you get down and do it? Because of my health, I can't do it at all. So it was hard for me to ask somebody to come and clean, and she's a friend of mine. And she does it, you know, when she's gone, oh, the house looks perfect and lovely, and I can't thank her enough for what she does for me, you know. And it's such a relief, though. I mean, but yeah, when he first went, I did have, you know, ironically, after he'd gone, I did have a big power cut. And, of course, then it was a huge panic of what do I do and what do I press? Because, you know, I've got the cupboard with the electrical stuff in. I've never used it because it's always been a man that's taken over and, look, I'll sort that out. And then they've managed to sort out the trip switch and get everything back on. And then, of course, I managed to find it after a lot of panicking and pressing and gassing it, basically. Let's just press a button and see what happens. And then my outside lights then stayed on, and it was like, oh my God, how do I knock them off? How do I reset them? So I look on Google, and there was the answer. So that was a relief. You know, I've had meltdown galores over all sorts of things. Did I do this? Did I do that? I mean, one occasion I actually put the wrong fuel in my car. And I had to have that drained out and sorted out, which was a horrendous headache for me. But that was down to stresses to do with narc as well. Yeah. So I've had so much. I mean, then it's been, have I paid? Have I done this? Have I done that? You know, I've had, the other day I had a cable that come out of the back of my TV box, and I couldn't find where the cable was, and it was dark behind the cupboard where I thought it had slipped down and stuff, but my son, he saved the day. He put it all back together and got it working, and he's able to manage the CCTV and that we've got up, you know, because we had something that needed looking on there. There's no end of stuff. So, yeah. What is that noise? I'd love to know what that is. I'll have to go and investigate in a second. There's a banging going on. I don't know if I've got a cat stuck in somewhere. But, yeah, it's just a relief to have, you know, him gone and to not have these additional stress. I mean, I've got my son with his health issues as well. He suffers with epilepsy, and he's had a seizure recently. So, yeah, which the narcissist used to call Irish dancing. He was no help at all during those moments of where my son was having fits. And in fact, it's probably made things worse in some ways sometimes, but who knows? The stress doesn't help at all. But yeah, you know, it's just nice to be free. I mean, the time I got myself a barbecue and we put it together. My son's done a flat pack for the first time, something for the bathroom, and then the screw's fallen out the hinge. Now it's finally put together, which is like one of those laugh and cry moments. But hey, you know, it's all about muddling through, and you know, I don't take things too seriously about things now, because it's like, it's just a relief just to be free, and there's no chance of him ever coming back here into my life. No way. You know, this is just nice to be free. So, yeah. Right, I'm going to love and leave. Thanks for watching. Bye for now, guys.